every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing and don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing and don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the night has come dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away.
Live from Oakland, California, it is the Wednesday Ukulele Jumpstart with your host, Ukulenny. Hello, everybody. And your special guests, our rockin' Zoom room, make some noise, Wednesday crew. It's Eileen and Mary and you. Awesome. Well, this is our Wednesday morning crew, so, you know, we got to just live it up. There's Stephanie over there on Eastern time, Central time. Which one is it over there? I think it's Eastern, yeah?
Central.
Oh, it's Central time in Tennessee. Yes, that's right. Well, you know, we're going to be rocking it on a Wednesday morning or afternoon, and this is our kind of monthly ukulele jumpstart where we're gonna start from point A to point B. We're just going to kick out some chords, and today's focus is going to be on strumming. So one of my favorite topics on the ukulele is just how do we use these strum patterns. And on the ukulele, there's really three that we use the most. We have the swing strum, the rock strum, and the island strum. So we'll do all of that today. Thank you, everybody, for being here on a Wednesday. And, man, let's just get into it. So we're going to start over here with our music, and we're going to do that classic song, Just the Way You Are. And this is, you know, for every beginner out there, this is what I suggest to definitely start your ukulele career with, is the Just the Way You Are, because the three chords are so simple. So I could really teach like a whole masterclass based on just these three chords. And, you know, you learn everything step by step on the ukulele, and starting with the easiest chords and going from there. C, A minor, and F are the easiest ones we have. So I'll just jump right in here. Also, hopefully you had some time to tune your ukulele. If not, there are some wonderful YouTube tutorials on just how to tune your uke. And I always point to people to the Kala Learn to Play program. If you search on Kala and search Learn to Play, they have a really fabulous tutorial on how to tune your ukulele, how to stretch your strings, which is really important for beginning ukulele players. A lot of people say, my ukulele always goes out of tune. Did I buy a cheap ukulele? And mostly the answer is no. You just have to stretch the strings, quite literally stretch the strings on a new ukulele until they settle in and it's all in tune. So hopefully your ukulele sounds like mine. You can try each individual note here, starting with the G, and make sure yours sounds somewhat like that. And you can go to the C string and the E string and the A string. And notice that I'm playing here kind of on top of the sound hole, so a lot of beginner players play over the sound hole, and I always remind people, play a little bit above the sound hole and you'll get that sweet sound of the ukulele. Sound a little bit more warm and fuzzy feeling, and that's usually where I go for my starting strums. So you're going to hold your ukulele like this. See, I'm cradling it like this, and I'm just able to strum with my thumb like this, and now I'm going to take the bottom string, and I'm going to work that first chord. This is how I work my beginners. I start with that pointer finger and put it on the first fret. And then I add the middle finger to the second fret. And I add my ring finger to the third fret. And that's how I get that C chord. Now, of course, you don't need all three fingers for the C chord. You can just use that ring finger only. But I like to start with those three fingers because it's a really good exercise to engage all your three fingers and look for knuckles on your fingers there. Make sure you're not playing with flat fingers like this. All right, so we got our C chord. And if you look at the diagram, hopefully it makes sense to you that that dot is what you're squeezing. So we're going to take that middle finger and jump to the opposite side for the A minor. And let's get that close-up cam too. I got it set up over here. Yes, there we go. Big close-up of the chords. So I got my C chord, and I got my A minor middle finger on the top. All right, now this is a tricky one, the F chord. You want to make sure to skip the big C string and go to the F right there. So make sure you're skipping that string, otherwise you'll get a different chord. And for all our beginners out there, if you don't like putting 2 fingers down for this first experience on the ukulele, you can actually just put 1 finger and call it a day. That can be your F chord as well. So I can do 2 finger F, or I can cheat and do 1 finger F. All right, you might want to try going A minor, F, A minor, F, A minor, F. All right, and then you go right back to C, which is that finger that we're not using right now. We're going to jump back to C. So every time you learn a new song, you want to look at that top line of chords and just make sure you can hit all of these chords in succession. C, A minor, F, back to C. And for this song, we're going to start with the very basic strum pattern, which is just down strums. And I know you might be thinking, well, that doesn't seem like a strum pattern, but it is. All down strums is probably the most useful strum pattern you'll actually use on the ukulele, because it's good for learning the song, just keeping the beat, making sure you do each chord the right amount of times. In this case, 8 times per chord. Keeps the beat. Practice, especially in the beginning, on having an even sound on your ukulele. Making sure it's not too loud, not too soft every time. And for those of us who are singing and playing at the same time, it's that first step. You know, you could learn all these like extreme strum patterns, and you could try to sing along, but the first step is, can you keep the beat and sing along the same way you would, you know, if you were singing karaoke or singing with somebody else playing for you? Can you learn to accompany yourself? All right, so this song is going to take these 3 chords, do 8 times each, and it's just the way you are, just to kick it off. And we are focusing on strum patterns today, so I'll kind of layer on the strum patterns as we go. So yeah, let's just do this song first and then talk later. Here we go. 8 times each. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add the index. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. So, as it goes on and on, at any time, if you're feeling like, the chords are going too fast, or I can't keep up with the strum, always go back to the 1 strum and just strum it once and then move on. So here's a C chord, strum it once. All right, what's the next chord? C again, strum it once. What's the next chord? A minor, strum it once. What's the next chord? F. Strum it once. And back to C. Strum it once. Yeah, and then eventually you can add all those strums. So here we go. Sing. Her eyes make the stars look like they're A minor. Her hair falls perfectly without her F chord. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. See again, yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. It's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, when I see your face, chorus at the top. Oh, when I see your face, aim the way you are. Take the C chord and you can rock it. Go down and up as fast as you can. Thank you, Oakland, California. One time. And let's cut back to the Zoom room one time. Everybody make some noise for yourselves. Brum, brum, brum.
Yoo-hoo!
Rock on a Wednesday morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So again, we're gonna focus on strum patterns, and again, that was a very, very basic strum pattern of just down, but that is our foundation, and that is the basic movement of which all strum patterns come from. You know, it's really like that is kind of like your base paint, and then you can get artistic with how you're going to use these strum patterns. So that's our plan for today. Let's go back here and talk about a little bit of strum patterns. And I also included a strum pattern worksheet that I put out not too long ago. And we talked about this on Monday, if you were with us on Monday, is that we have this worksheet to basically map out all of the strum patterns that you might be using. And the key here is that every strum pattern is based on this down-up movement. So even if I'm going down, I still have a down-up build in there. I'm just not hitting it on the way up. So I can do all downs, or I can do all down-ups. But if you watch my hand movement, the hand movement itself does not change, even though I'm hitting the ukulele more and more in that second strum. So this rock strum actually fits on the second page. I'm kind of going in a different order. But if you look really closely here, this is like the basic part of the rock strum. So the first step is to actually double your strum. So I'm gonna get in counting Lenny here to illustrate what's going on over here. So we're actually going to have the down, up, down, up. So the first thing is we're counting to 8. So we're let's see, put my counter in here, and we're just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. So you see, 4, that count is just
6,
going on
7,
8
1
for
2,
the entire
3,
song. That's
4,
what we're doing.
5,
C for 8,
6,
A for
7,
8.
1, 2.
But in
3,
between that,
4,
there is a
5,
syllable that we add
6,
called
7,
and. So we go
1,
and,
2,
and,
3,
and,
4,
and,
5,
and,
6,
and,
7,
and, 8, and,
1,
and,
2,
and,
3,
and,
4,
and,
5,
and,
6,
and,
7,
and 8. And on this sheet, that's what those pluses stand for. So the pluses are the ands. And so I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if I add the ands, I can do what's called double down, right? Double my downstroke. And I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can do that with my thumb. Or I can change to my index finger technique, which we talked about on Monday also, aiming for the center of your nail and kind of flicking down. Now, you don't want to exercise too much force here when I'm using my nail. I don't have to really work to be that loud with my nail. I just need to make sure that I'm kind of moving all the strings. I'm setting the strings in motion. So I just use a little flicking technique, kind of like I'm flicking off water off of my fingers, you know, drying off your hands. And that's it. Just that center of the nail is all I need for that. So I want to count the numbers, 1, 2, 3, but I'm thinking double. Sometimes it helps to actually have the headbang here to help you keep the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's double. That's double down. You could actually do the whole song just that way, and it would sound more interesting than maybe the first way of just doing one strum. Now, to get a little bit more exciting, we're going to add a down up. But what I want you to realize is that the down up is actually part of your movement. Again, if we look really closely at this little diagram, you notice that I'm still, even though these are the 1 and 2 and, I'm still moving up. I'm just not hitting when I go down, 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 down. If I were to add all the ups, it would sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So for all of my, ukulele players who are struggling with strum patterns, I encourage you to try to do that. Try to do all the down ups. See if you can keep it steady enough. I call this the choo-choo train, or the helicopter strum. If you can keep the steady beat with that down, up, down, up, down, up, then all the other strum patterns are going to be easy. A lot of times where people kind of falter with this is that they're strumming too hard where they can't keep that steady. They're strumming with so much force that there are times where their fingers crash into the strings, or they slow down, they speed up, and if you could just keep it steady, that's going to help you do all of these strum patterns. So now the basic rock strum is just going to be down, 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 up. So I'm going to try to isolate it here. Yeah, down, 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 up. That's what it says here at the top. And so what you're going to try to do is just on that last down up, make sure that you're just keeping your, again, steady beat, and then you're going to do a very, very light down and up in that one motion. So the other way to think of it is 3 downs and 1 down up. 1, 2, 3, down up, 1, 2, 3, down up, 1, 2, 3, down up, 1, 2, 3, down up. With the counter, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right, that's really fast, so if we do slow that down a little bit. But what I want you to notice is that when we're counting, like 1 and 2 and 2 and, if I just loop that first part, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And what you're focusing on is that last and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Very important that as you learn strum patterns, you're starting to focus on those numbers and when it's supposed to happen. So if I can count 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, we call this the end of 2, and that's when we're going to add the extra down up. 1 and 2 and that's where you're going to add the down up. All right, so that's our first rock strum, and you could take the song here, and I've written it in shorthand up top right here, down, 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 up. And so you could take that same pattern that we did earlier, and you can try this new strum. So first thing is to get the double down. Maybe you want to try to go double down. We'll do, let's do all downs, double down, and then see if you could do the rock strum. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor. Add the pointer F. Back to the C chord. All right, now if you're feeling comfortable, double. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. F chord. Back to the C chord. Now just go for that rock strum. Down up, down up, down up, A. All right, so that's how you're going to incorporate all of this stuff, and of course that's really fast that we did it. But you can do the same exercises slow. You can also utilize this, what we call the left hand mute. If you're tired of doing the chords and focusing on the chords, just take your left hand and go over those strings. Same thing. And this first rock strum, like I said, you know, I gave you all the number stuff just so that we kind of set the table for what we're doing today with all the other strum patterns. But this first one is really unique in that all you really need to think about is that 3 strums and a down up. If you can just remember that as a pattern, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, then that will help you kind of approach the rock strum. And then if you're finding your down up to not be working, go back and see if you can go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That usually helps. If you do that for a little bit, then it starts to feel a little bit more comfortable. All right, so that is the rock strum. There's an extended rock strum as well that has these down ups in the middle. And it sounds like this. Down, up, down, up, down, down. Down, up, down, up, down, down. Has a very, I don't know, familiar sound, I think, if you ever listen to any song that has kind of that drum backbeat. You know, a lot of songs kind of like feature that. And all we're doing is dialing it in with our movements. We're just making sure that our down ups match that sound. The nice thing about rock strum is that if you focus mainly on the double down, you can pretty much do whatever you want. There are no rules to rock strum. It's like stick it to the man, just like real rock and roll. At the end of the day, just scratch it out. Do as many down ups as you want. You can even down up for the whole time. When I see your face, not a thing that I would change. You know, if you want to do that, then that's all right, because you know that's what you want to do. All right, let's see. Just checking some comments over there, and on YouTube as well. Thanks to everybody for tuning in from all around the world. Happy Wednesday, or Thursday if it's already Thursday. Okay, let's go to the bread and butter of the ukulele. This is the island strum. So we're going to be focusing on Stand By Me. This is the classic beginner song. I encourage every beginner to learn this and have this as a part of their repertoire, because we only need to add one extra chord, which is this G7 right here. And G7 is really based on F in a lot of ways. They share the same index finger note. So if I go close up on the hands here, you'll see the F chord. And again, the easy F is really just pointer finger, so that even makes it easier to do G7. So it's a good idea to just put your index finger right here in the spot and then add the 2 fingers around it like that. So my middle finger is on the C string 2nd fret, and my ring finger is on the A string 2nd fret. If you're doing the F the full way, then you just have to swivel your hands. Actually, I know, me included, I just tend to look at the close-up right here. I look at the big hand. But if you look at over here, you'll see that my wrist actually turns while I change from F to G7. So I encourage you to do the same thing. It will make it a lot easier to go from F to G7, to kind of swivel your hands, and kind of naturally your fingers go where they're supposed to go when you do that. And then back to C. So again, the nice thing about this cycle of chords, and these chords are used in a lot of different songs, but in Stand By Me in particular, it's like in order: C, A minor, F, G7. You'll find that your fingers, they move in a very orderly and predictable way. You have the C chord here, and then you change to one finger for the A minor. You add a finger for the F. You do the swivel move, and then you're back back to C. It's like a kind of like a circle on the ukulele, so that's why this is really highly recommended, especially if you've never played any other instruments before. It's really easy to get into it with this particular song. So now we have the order of chords, which you'll see 2 C's followed by 2 A's. And here's a kicker. This is why you want to practice F and G7 over and over again. F and G7 is just right next to each other. So that's the one time where the chords are going to change quick. And then you're back to C. And I will encourage the one strum, and also every one of these chords is strummed 4 times. So you can either do the one strum and count to 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C again. 2, 3, 4. A, you can do it that way. Or if you're comfortable already, do all down strums. And then we'll just do this for practice, and then we'll get to the island strum after this. All right, here we go. C chord. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. C again. 1, 2, 3. A minor. A, 2, 3, 4. A again. 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G7. 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C again. 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3. Keep going. C, 2, 3. A minor. A. Now F. All right, quick change. G7. Back to C. C. When the night has come, A minor, and the land is dark, and the moon, F, G7 is the only light we'll see. All right, keep going, C. Nice job there, C. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. And rock the C, rock the C. One time. All right, so you see, even with that basic strum, still sounds like the song. Still, you can perform this, and you'll make it at the open mic. You'll be able to do down strums and sing along. That is always a good kind of benchmark to practice all your songs. Can you keep the steady beat and sing it out? So now, how do we get to this illustrious strum that you see at the top? Down, down, up, down, up. Known as the island strum. There's a lot of tutorials, again, on YouTube for this. This strum pattern is basically the interpretation of the classic rock beat. Like you've heard that in songs before. And, this is a doo-wop song, so it fits really well with that. When we think about strum patterns, all we're trying to do is figure out a way to keep the rhythm going as easy as possible. So if I was just to take this kind of framework and turn it into a strum, I could start by doing it that way. I could just... I could make this pattern just by doing down strums. But what we tend to do with strum patterns is we say it would be really hard to keep the whole song going when the night has come and the land is... Like, that's a lot of work. I'm like, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. How do we turn it into a pattern? So we go to, just to see where it comes from, we have our trusty strum worksheet pattern again. And now if I go back to counting Lenny, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And if I think about that beat, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 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 I can now match all of those sounds with where they happen. So I know that there's a sound on 1, 1. And then I heard the 2 and 1, 2 and then the last ones and 4 and. That's where my hits are actually happening. Now, going with the rule of going down up every time, I have a direction every time I have one of those hits. And I come up with down, down, up, down, up. And that's kind of the origination of the strum pattern. Is like, I'm just going like this. How am I going to make that pattern work? I'm going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And as long as I always bring this up because I want everybody to drink the Kool-Aid. If I just told you, like, keep moving your hand, you wouldn't believe me, because a lot of people do the island strum and they go down, down, up, and then they just completely stop, and then they go. And it's really hard to keep an island strum going when you do that. So you have to keep your hand moving so that you can go down, down, up, down, down, up. Notice that my hand kind of moves here, right here in the empty spot. This is the empty spot. This beat 3. This is where nothing happens, but actually there's a down here that we're just not playing. So we're going down, down, up, whoosh, up, down, up. And if you miss that, you're going to mess up the island strum, as we often do. So some of us take really long to do the island strum, and it's really just that beat 3 that happens. If we slow it down here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down and down, up, 3, up, down, up, down and down, up, 3, up, down, up, down and down, up, 3, up, down, up, down and down, up, 3, up, down. What I like about doing that is that you literally hear the number 3 with nothing happening on it. There's like nothing happening on 3. Listen for Lenny's voice going really strong with a 3. Down and down, up, 3, up, down, 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 up. Yeah, it's like out of nowhere the C's part, and there's just that number 3 by itself. There's a lot of noise, and then there's 3. So during that 3, you have to not freeze in the moment. Don't get shy. Don't shy away from the moment. During the 3, that's when your hand has to sneakily go down. Down and down, up, 3, up, down, 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 up. And that's really all you can say about the island strum. I mean, it's just that you have to move during that part. If you freeze because there's nothing happening there, then you're going to be backwards. You're going to start to say down when you mean up, and vice versa. So that's our island strum, and now all we have to do is do that with the song. And again, we have the kind of the pattern here. We do it 2 times on the C. So another thing I like to do is I like to walk it through. I like to do one whole island strum on C. You can do this with me. Down, down, up, down, up, and then again on C. Down, down, up, then move to A. Down, up, and A again. And then F one time. And then G7. And back to C. Yeah, and the other thing that can be difficult is kind of stitching all of it together. You do have to practice in succession doing a bunch of island strums at a time so that you understand how it is to loop it. And again, your left-hand mute is a good friend for this. Just doing it. Cha, 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 cha. Even during the song, if you can't quite handle getting the chords down and singing and trying to do the island strum, even while the song is going, cha, 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 cha. Trying to be your own drummer and muting it out and playing your ukulele that way can really, really be helpful. And even though this is a simple song, even the most complex songs, you can take the left hand and just kind of scratch along until that pattern makes sense. It's really, really highly encouraged when you're learning any song to just listen to the rhythm, see if you can mute it, come up with some strum pattern, some beat of some sort that you can use. All right, so let's try to take this same song here and try to now add the down, down, up, cha, 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 cha. There you go. 1, 2, ready, and... down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. When the night down, up has come, down, up, down, up, and the land is dark. And the moon down up is the only down up, see. No, I won't down up be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Sorry, everybody. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by. One more time. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Yeah. So again, a couple of things when you're trying to approach this particular strum pattern is make sure that you can still, once again, do a down up on its own, because that's going to help you when you actually have to put the pattern together. Like, again, your technique, when I go down and up, and I like to, again, use my index finger like a windshield wiper, kind of just graze back and forth, and not too heavy on the strumming, because that might slow or speed you up or slow you down if you try to strum too hard. So I always try to kind of keep it. It's like almost like keeping the strumming on the down low. Keep it secret that you're actually strumming. It's like, don't let anybody know that you're actually like working hard against the string. It's just strumming in secret. And I have other exercises that I encourage, like going down and up and saying down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Other kind of things that you could do to try to make the island strum a little bit more autonomous or automatic when you try to repeat it over and over. And that is one of the bread and butters of the ukulele. Like island strum will go a long way in your ukulele career. You will always use it for something. And one thing that I will bring up with this is that while the island strum is going, you can also use this this pattern is sort of like an easy substitution, but also you can use it for more difficult songs, and it's kind of like a precursor to more difficult songs. I had promised that I would talk about the strum, slap, strum, slap. So let's see if I can do this right here. It's down, slap. Actually, I have an idea. Why don't I do this here first? So notice the island strum is up on top. If I start adding this other strum pattern, this is how it fits in. So I have the down stays the same. So I'm going to put down. But instead of the second down, I'm going to slap and immediately down after. Now this is breaking the rules. I know you see a down here and you see an up here, but this particular strum pattern breaks the rules for the simple idea that right after a slap, and the slap is going to be an open slap, I could actually take my thumb and go down immediately after. So this particular strum pattern uses the thumb primarily and takes advantage of the fact that after you slap the ukulele, your thumb can just go down again to create the pattern. And then on beat 4, I'm going to add another slap, and this is going to be primarily percussion oriented. So this is just because percussion-wise, that's where I would slap again. So this is how the pattern goes. It's first, actually, let me just do my counting. So get the counter in here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say strum, slap, strum. 3 and 4 and strum, and slap, strum. 3 and slap. 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 And strum, and slap, strum. Try it out. And slap. And strum, and slap, strum. 3 and slap. And strum, and slap, strum. 3 and slap. And strum, and slap, strum. 3 and slap. All right. So the other way you can get that in your head is say 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. That's the words that are being said during those beats. And the most important thing of this is probably to master the slap and the strum. So taking your open hand, slapping kind of here over the sound hole, and then the thumb going right after. So the nice thing about this is that this actually interlocks with the island strum really well. So I can have this drum pattern, strum and slap, strum, or add the island. Strum and slap, strum, 3 and slap. 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 So when I'm in a jam situation, if I don't want to do the island strum, or for whatever reason I want to change the way I'm doing my pattern, I can substitute this strum, slap, strum. And I don't have a name for it. I guess I would call it strum, slap, strum, slap. I guess that would be the name of this particular pattern. But what's nice about this is that even when things get more and more complicated, like I have arrangement of the song Love Train, where I go... that's my strum pattern. You can still go along with that. Here's that strum pattern. I can still go strum, slap, slap. Or, I have the song Kiss by Prince. I can still go. So even if something sounds really difficult, you can be like, you know what? That's cool that you're doing that, Ukulenny. I'm going to do strum, slap, and it's going to work. One song I like to do that on is "How Far I'll Go," and I think that's in Albany Book 2. Maybe I should pick one that is in this book. Let's see. Well, anything with an island strum will work too. If I go like Mustang Sally, like 39, that one I use the rock strum, but you can also use the slap strum. So let's go Mustang Sally. Let's see if I'm correct in this assumption that I can do that. So I usually do Mustang Sally as a rock. But you can take that C chord and just go. Yeah, you could totally just take, because, that strum pattern is like all over the place. I could just do that instead and just call it a day. Let's do Mustang Sally. Let's pick it up a little bit. All right, so try that strum, slap, strum. I'll do this strum pattern. Follow the chords at the top. C, and going to F, back to C, and then a little G7, F, back to C. And if you want to use a rock strum we used earlier, you certainly can. Go 1, 2, 3, C. C again. C last time. Change to the F here. Back to C here. G7. Slap strums, slap strums. F one time. F, click and a clickety click. Back to C here. Mustang Sally. See? Think you better slow your Mustang down. Slap strum, slap. Mustang Sally. Think you better slow your Mustang down. You've been running all over the town now. Oh, guess I'll have to put your flat feet on the ground. And all you want to do is ride around Sally. What? Ride, Sally, ride. All you want to do is ride around Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All you want to do is ride around Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All you want to do is ride around Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. One of the early mornings. Oh, you're gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. Yeah, so see, even when there's that difficult strum pattern happening, you can kind of change it up into that kind of strum, slap, strum, still have a fun time doing that strum pattern and keeping it simple all at once. So the nice thing about strum patterns is that if you think about them being based around the rhythm and being based around a Again, going back to that simple, fundamental down-up motion, or kind of that keeping time, you could start to interlock them as long as they sound fine together. As long as it seems appropriate doing one and the other, then you can do one while someone else does the other. That's okay too. And especially with rock strum, I keep going back to the fact that rock strum is so improvisatory in that you can do a lot of different rhythms based on the rock strum. All right, so we did not forget the last strum pattern, and the last strum pattern is the swing pattern, and this is actually the most typical ukulele pattern. So that's why I usually save it for last, or just go, oh, you guys will get it, no problem. But it is somewhat difficult in the sense that sometimes we have a hard time changing between what we just did, rock, island strum, and now swing goes like this. Whoa. What's different about the swing strum? The difference is that the swing strum is a different hand movement. It's actually uneven. Those other two are based on even movements. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And a swing strum actually breaks down into 3 beats. So we can either think of this as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or triplet, 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 or 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. All of those kind of describe what's happening behind the scenes or under the hood of that strum pattern. And now if we actually look at a swing pattern, you'll often see me writing 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Where does that come from? It comes from the fact that if I think of all of the kind of what we call subdivisions of the beat, we're actually talking about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So if I said in my fabulous looping voice, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. What you're going to try to do is you're going to try to strum down on 1, 2 and 3, and up on and 1 and 2 and 3. Just try that. Just go 1 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. That is the foundation of swinging. 1 2 3 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so if you ever get confused about the swing pattern, like how do I do it again? Go back to this idea of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and because that will set you straight, no pun intended, on being able to swing. Remember that it has to be uneven. So I often have students who do one or the other. I'll tell them, you want to do the island strum, and they'll go. They're like, no, you're swinging it. Stop it. You have to think even. So I like to say that straight is robotic and swing is very like loose and fluid. And as long as you, again, count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you'll be able to catch on to the swing. And the nice thing about swing is that it really, it's easy to gravitate towards if somebody else is doing a swing. So if you listen to a recording and it has swing, you almost like automatically go to it. But it's when you're trying to produce it by yourself, that's where you run into trouble. So now the swing pattern that is written here has a down by itself, just like in our worksheet. I took out the first up. So this actually makes it a really nice pattern where you can feel that first down go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And as long as you make sure to do 2 downs in a row, you'll be fine. Because I've had people go 1, and then all of a sudden the up is 2, 3, then it's all backwards. I hear a child crying in the background. Uh-oh. It must be that time is up. So we're gonna do Three Little Birds really quick. Hey, Aurelia. That's how you know this is really live. This would not happen on a recorded program. So I'm gonna loop the first C chord. You practice the swing strum. 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 1. All right, practice. Let's do it, everybody. Our last song of the day, Three Little Birds. Don't worry about a thing. Work on that swing strum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. And one time. All right, give it up for our lovely Zoomers today. Thank you, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Make some noise. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Ow! Ow! I got blisters on my fingers. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the program here today. This is Jumpstart. We do this once a month. Usually every first Wednesday of the month, we'll do a little beginner Jumpstart on YouTube. Thank you to all our YouTube fans for supporting as well. You can join our Zoom room just by joining the mailing list as well. Just sign on to tinyurl.com/ukulele mail. And I got my first Mixed Life class tomorrow, mixedlife.com. Thank you for welcoming me to the team. I'll be doing a 6-week session, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Thanks, everybody who signed up for that. And this Friday on Facebook and Zoom, we'll be doing our Aloha Friday Beginner Jam. So this Friday, 12 p.m. on Facebook and Zoom, we'll do all songs like this. We'll be real easy on the strum patterns. We'll break down everything that we do on a Friday. Hope to see you then. All right, that's it for today. Yukon, everybody. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
Lenny.
Bye. And
Bye.
close out this
Thank
Zoom
you,
room.
Lenny.
Thank you. It's nice to see y'all.
Take a look at my chat I sent you for the flash
Oh yeah,
mob.
thanks for that, Victor.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see y'all in a bit, and we'll see everybody here on YouTube. I guess next month. I'll be uploading a couple of stuff to YouTube this coming month. I have one more ook breakdown, ook break from the NAM show that I'll be uploading very soon. And curious to know what everybody wants to see on YouTube. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there. What do you think Ukulenny should do on YouTube this month? Let me know. All right, that's it for today. Ukon, everybody. We'll see you next time. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da.